talking, that's a big milestone for the program. What does it mean to you?
I don't pay a lot of attention to it. 6 weeks from now, I hope we're number 10 or right around there, then we've accomplished something. We're 17 games in. We've got 14 left in the regular season, so we've got still a long ways to go. But it's, I guess it's nice to be considered, in that light, and especially for the, for the coaches to look at our program in that way.
Coach, just talk about the journey to get from when you came here to be in the top 10. That's quite an accomplishment.
It's been fun, no question. And a lot of it's been the guys I've gotten to work with every day. We've had very few problems, if any problems, off the floor in my 2.5 years. And you don't have to worry about things on the exterior. You can kind of work on your team and get your team better because you don't have to worry about all the other stuff. And to these guys' credit, they've had each other's back. They've got along extremely well, and for the most part, we've played unselfish basketball. That makes my job pretty easy.
Talk about Nevin and his expanded role, I guess you could say.
He's practiced better, and he's practiced more consistently, and that's what we were looking for all along. If he can continue to do that, he's going to continue to earn minutes, and that's how Avery got in the position he was in. And in Nevin's defense, the injury really hurt him early in the practice season to miss that much time at that stage of our practice where we're putting everything in offensively and defensively, all the conditioning you lose out that long is really difficult. So Nevin's done a good job of bouncing back, and he's given us a nice lift in each of the last 2 games.
We haven't talked here since Friday night's game, but Doug's performance, have you ever seen him on his own quite like that?
Maybe not quite like that, because a couple of those shots were a little bit crazy, maybe, in my opinion, that they went in. And I said it the other day, there's not a lot of guys in college basketball that will take those shots, that won't make those shots. But Doug has worked on it. He had to add something to his game. And, he's worked at the step back, and he's worked at being able to score off the dribble. So those 10 shots that he made in a row, they were all really different. And it's a credit to him and his work ethic, and it was good to see.
Talk about the one on the baseline, the double teamed, and he has the fade shot from the baseline.
He's worked at that. You have to have a way when you're guarded by bigger, more athletic people to get your shot off. And Doug's got such a soft touch. He's not going to jump over anybody and be able to make that play, so he's got to create some space for himself with that fadeaway. He's really worked on that shot. It's a shot that he's used quite a bit in practice, so I'm not surprised that he pulled it out for that game.
Is there a guy in your either played against or even before that could even compare to where Doug's at playing-wise in terms of the style of play? And
a lot of people have asked me to compare him to someone. It's really difficult to compare him because his name's somewhat unique. Because he's blessed in large part with his dad's athletic ability, which is really a good side. Unfortunately, he got a lot of his mother's skill set. He can score the basketball in a lot of different ways with both hands. And he's really continued to add the ability to shoot the three-point shot. He's always been a good three-point shooter, even in high school, but he never took many of them. And now he can shoot higher volumes at a better percentage, which is credit to his work ethic. But, nothing Doug has gotten has been easy. He's had to work at it every step of the way. And my challenge to him in the offseason is let's make sure there's going to be a lot of expectations on you this year. You need to be ready for it. You have to prepare yourself, and to his credit, he's done it.
Can you talk 14? Go ahead.
I was going to say, did you ever make 14 in the row?
Layups, maybe.
We'll talk about this matchup tomorrow. You know the coaching staff real well, what they do, they know you. Is this kind of a dangerous game when you got to play a team like this?
Oh, it's very dangerous. They're very experienced. I think we saw what they're capable of this weekend when they made 15 three-point shots. That's really what's been missing. Defensively, it's Northern Iowa of old. Ben's got to play tough, hard-nosed defense. Easy shots are hard to come by. They're gritty on the backboards. They get on the floor after they're exposed. They just haven't made shots. They made shots finally. They lead the Bradley team that's playing pretty good with 30 points. So I expect the same kind of knockdown, drag-out game that we've had in the games that we played the other 5 times since I've been here. It'll be a big win for us if we find a way to get it.
How do you think Ben will play Doug tomorrow night? Do you think it could be any different?
I don't think so. They've double-teamed him in the past, and I would guess that they're either going to try to keep it out of his hands or come after him when he gets it. But, we've got a lot of guys that are scoring at a high level and shooting a great percentage. So, in some ways, we welcome those double teams.
this game close to being just another game because 2 years ago when we had all the extra.
I'm not sure it'll ever be just another game, just because of my feelings for that institution. You combine that with the fact that Jake and really 4 guys who've been on the staff, Barry Crawford, was a really good player. I don't know, worked for me one time or another. Of course, Eric played for me there as well. So, you know, there's just some close personal relationships that, as long as those guys are there, will never be just another game. But, you know, all the guys that I've recruited are gone, so at least you don't have that connection with the players anymore. It's just free agency.